Hi, my name is Michaela. I'm a student occupational therapist, and I'll be leading you through the GRASP program today. So the GRASP program has a variety of exercises that work all your muscles in your shoulder, elbow, and hand. And this allows you to strengthen those muscles that you use in everyday life. Throughout the program, if you feel any pain at all, please stop and tell your therapist. And if you finish the program and you're so tired you can't carry on with your everyday activities for the rest of the day, also stop and make sure you tell your therapist. So we're going to start off with stretching. So the important thing with stretching is to take your time and make sure you go through the full range of motion. So this one is called Total Arm Stretch. This one's done a lot throughout the programs, and it's great to really stretch out those shoulders and your whole arms. So you're going to sit up nice and straight in the chair, feet flat on the ground, and you're going to lean forward. And just feel that stretch through your shoulders and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come up nice and slow. And repeat. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do is a shoulder shrug. So you're going to start, stay in your chair, back resting against the chair, arms at your sides. You're going to bring those shoulders up to your ears, hold for 1, 2, 3, and relax. Back up, 1, 2, 3, relax. 1, 2, 3, and repeat. So the next stretch we're going to do is a hand and wrist stretch. So you're going to put your elbows comfortably on the table, place your hands flat together like this, and push to one side for 1, 2, 3, and to the other side. 1, 2, 3. So you should feel the stretch right there in your hand. So if it's difficult to keep your hands flat, with your weaker hand, you can make a fist and then put your stronger hand on top, like so. And you can push that way, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, just like that. This next section is strengthening of the arm. So after these exercises, you should be tired, but you should be able to carry on with the rest of your daily activities. If you're feeling stiff at all, make sure you do some stretches in between and take your breaks. Okay, so this next exercise is push-ups, but it's not the kind of push-ups where you're on the ground in a plank position. For this one, you're going to want to have your table up against a wall just because it might move a bit, and you're going to place your palms flat on the table. So it's important to push as much as possible with that weaker arm. So what you're going to do is lean towards the table for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then push up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a nice and straight position. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and push, push, push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if that weaker arm, it doesn't have the strength to push up, you can always place your forearms on the table, so all the way up to your elbows. Do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push through your elbows and hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And repeat. So this next one is one arm push-up. So the same concept as those push-ups with 2 hands, except you're going to place your weaker hand on the table and use that stronger hand to support the wrist. So same thing as before, make sure your table is up against the wall so it doesn't move too much. You're going to push as much as possible with that hand on the table. So lean forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so the same thing as before. If that's too difficult, put your whole forearm up to your elbow on that table and do it again. Okay, the next one is number 8, and it is lifting that arm straight out in front of you and holding for 1, 2, 3, and down. It's good to do this in front of a mirror, and if you see you're hiking up like that, you can place your stronger arm on that shoulder to keep it in place to hold up for 1, 2, 3. And if that's too easy, you can grab any can of beans. I have chickpeas, and you can do that 1, 2, 3, and down, and repeat. Okay, so the next exercise is very similar to the number 8 where we raised our arm out in front of us. Now we're going to raise our arm out to the side. So not higher than shoulder height, and hold for 1, 2, 3, and down. So same thing, if you feel like you're moving your body up, don't be afraid to keep that shoulder in place with your stronger hand. Hold for 1, 2, 3, and down. And if that's too easy, feel free to grab your trusty can again. Lift up, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And repeat. So this next one is elbow exercises. So you're gonna place that weaker arm on the table, so from your elbow to your hand, and you're gonna flip it over so your palm is up towards the sky. And what you're going to do is try and lift your hand as high as you can to try and touch your shoulder. So just do your best to see how far you can go. So you're gonna lift up, and 1, 2, 3, and then back down. 1, 2, 3, back up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And if that's too easy, feel free to grab your can again for your weight. Place that arm on the table, lift up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just like that. So this next one is wrist exercises part 1. So what you're going to do is place that weaker arm on the table. With your stronger hand, you're going to stabilize that wrist. So hold onto your wrist. And what you're going to do is you're going to lift your wrist up. Hold for 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, down. Let's do it again. Lift as high as you can. 1, 2, 3. Back down. 1, 2, 3. And if you do have those knuckle weights to put on, if this is too easy, then go for it and repeat it that way. Okay, so now we're gonna do wrist exercises part 2. So this is the one where you have your affected arm on a surface. So this could be on a table or a book or a binder, but your hand is off the edge of it. So it has to fight against gravity a bit more to lift up. So what you're gonna do is still support that wrist with your stronger hand. You're gonna lift your wrist up. 1, 2, 3, and down. 1, 2, 3. Back up against that gravity. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. So I just use one of the textbooks I had lying around, but you can use the edge of a table or a binder as well. So this one is called Total Arm Stretch. This one's done a lot throughout the programs, and it's great to really stretch out those shoulders and your whole arms. So you're going to sit up nice and straight in the chair, feet flat on the ground, and you're going to lean forward. And just feel that stretch through your shoulders and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come up nice and slow. And repeat. The next one is some hand strengthening. So we're really gonna focus on moving those fingers and those hand muscles. Similar as before, if you're feeling stiff at all, make sure you stretch those out and take a break. So the first exercise in hand strengthening is grip power. So I know in the pictures for this one, there's a weird spring grip thing, but for this exercise, we're actually going to use our putty. So your putty is going to either be in a denture container or in a Ziploc bag in your grasp kit. So for this one, you're going to use your weaker arm, place it on the table, and you're going to squeeze that putty 1, 2, 3 as hard as you can. Open 1, 2, 3. Do it again. Squeeze as hard as you can. 1, 2, 3. Open 1, 2, 3. Just like that. This activity is called Squeeze the Ball, and it's exactly what it sounds like. You're going to take that weak hand and place your elbow to hand on the table. You're going to squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and repeat. Squeeze 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and repeat. So for the next one, finger power, you're going to need your putty again, and what you're going to do is roll the putty between your hands and on the table into a nice thick rope. And then once you have that, you're going to take that weaker hand and you're going to take turns with your fingers poking them into the putty. So you're going to poke with your thumb, poke with your second finger, poke with your third as hard as you can, your fourth, which might be a little difficult, and then your pinky. And then re-roll it again. So get rid of all those prints, use both hands, and do it again. So thumb, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And repeat. The next section is coordination. So these coordination tasks really try and mimic or replicate things you do in everyday life. Similar as I said before, if you're feeling stiff or tired at all, do some stretches and take a break. So this next activity is called Waiter, and you'll need this printout that's at the back of your grasp booklet with the circles and the numbers on it. So you're going to place this down on the table in front of you, and you're also going to need a cup or a beanbag depending on what your therapist has told you to use. So you're going to start by using your weaker hand and putting the cup or the beanbag on number 1, and then returning your hand to your lap. Then using your weaker hand, move the cup or beanbag to number 2. Once again, return your hand to your lap. Move the cup or beanbag to 3, back to your lap, 4, back to your lap, and then 5, back to your lap. And then go back the other way. So go 5 to 4, 3, 2, and 1, and repeat. Okay, so this one is called Start the Ball Rolling, but with a partner. So you're gonna need a caregiver, family member, or friend for this one. So you're gonna sit at opposite ends, preferably a longer table than what we have set up here, and you're going to roll the ball with your weaker hand to your partner. and then you're going to pass it back. You're gonna catch with that weaker hand and back. And you're gonna go until you've each caught it 20 times. And after that, you're gonna go faster. You're gonna go as fast as you can. And repeat. For the next one, you're gonna need the ball that you found in your grasp bag, and this one's called Start the Ball Rolling. So you're going to place your hands and elbows on the table about shoulder width apart, so in line with your shoulders. And you're going to roll or push the ball back and forth in between your hands. You're going to want to do this until that weaker hand has caught the ball 10 times. And if you want to challenge, go as fast as you can and spread your arms out wider. And if this is a little bit too challenging, feel free to use a beanbag. This next one is Start the Ball Rolling. It's the advanced version. So you're gonna wanna start with your weaker hand on your lap, and your stronger hand is gonna have the ball on the table with the hand and forearm resting there. What you're gonna do is you're gonna roll the ball towards that weaker side, and you're gonna have to lift your hand up onto the table to catch it. Roll it back and then place your hand back on your lap. And repeat. So stronger hand rolls the ball to that weaker side pops up and catches it, rolls it back, goes back onto your lap. And repeat. So same thing, if you want an extra challenge, go wider and go faster. And if it's a little too difficult, feel free to use a beanbag or something that's a little bit slower. This one is called washcloth twist, so you're gonna need that tea towel from your grasp kit. So take the towel, fold it in half, and then place one hand on each end of the towel. Now what you're gonna do is twist the towel back and forth like you're wringing it out. Wring out all the imaginary water from that towel. You can even put water on the towel and wring it out over the sink. So wring out that whole towel. Make sure you're really engaging that weaker arm. And then repeat. Thanks for doing grasp with me, and if you have any other questions, please talk to your therapist.